Hello again, and welcome back to the SWRA podcast, where aging, wellness, and wisdom intersect. I am your host, Maggie Lazar, and I am delighted to have you on. If this is your first time listening, welcome aboard. If you are a returning listener, I welcome you back. I so appreciate you taking the time to listen and to join in the conversation. Sometimes I'm going around, my day, and then something pops in my mind. And if I can, I rush and record it. You know how it is. Now you see it, now you don't. It could be 10 minutes later, and I'm like, what was it again? So if I don't do it right then, I forget. And this is one of those. I'm sure you can relate that now you can look back and you realize that your parents were really good people and they were wise. Now, my parents had divorced when I was young, so I was not raised with my dad, but my mom was a forever presence. And of course, we had a village, I had a neighbor, I had other family members around. And my uncle lived with us. So that father figure, I didn't miss on that. So that's why I love that man. But every so often I would think of something and I'm like, you know what? My mother was really wise. And I hope that my kids say that about me. You know how through the teenage years, you were not their favorite person. I was not my kid's favorite person for a long time because I didn't play any games with them. It's like, and I was solid. But hopefully, my daughter and I have always been okay. But my mom used to say things, and one of the things she said to me once, and I've always remembered that, she said, don't ever think too highly of yourself. Whatever you're doing, somebody else can do it better. OMG. Sometimes we're so full of ourselves. We have our degrees, we have our possessions, and our persona is just wrapped around that. But then I always listen to my mom's voice behind my ear saying, don't, don't even become conceited. This job, and you're good at it. I was a good nurse, I was a good boss, I was a good administrator. I know. But when you're thinking about it, if something were to happen to you and you were no longer in that position and you're like, oh, they can't do without me. Who told you that? Yes, they can. And COVID showed me that I was a good supervisor, but the moment I said, you didn't care whether I lived or died, cook, I was cut off like a bad itch. And that was it. And the place continued on. You are not that important. So whatever God has given you to do, look at it as a privilege. Yes, you do the best you can, but do not even think that they can't do without you. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. And when my mom went one step further to say somebody else can come in and do it better than you, baby, that is humbling. So whatever it is that you think you are really good at, just keep thinking, you know what, somewhere there is somebody better at this than I am. And that will keep you humble. That will keep you from killing yourself to reach, to achieve, knowing that somebody else can come in and do it well and do it better. So whatever it is that you are doing, I'm doing SWA. I love SWA. And I'm thinking, but what if I drop dead, right? Because when you're creating something, you don't want it to die with you, right? So if SWA becomes a brand, and I'm hoping it does, and then it continuing to fulfill its mission of connecting women, I would hope that somebody would continue that legacy because it's not about you, even though you might be the creator, but it's better for the whatever it is, the mission, the vision to continue without you. Then you would have reached something. Not that you continuing to talk about you, but the vision and the people involved would go on. So don't think too highly of yourself. I remember that every single time. Maggie, do not think too highly of yourself. Whatever it is that you're good at, there is somebody better at it. It keeps me humble. It keeps my feet on the ground. It keeps me realistic, realizing I'm just a human being. I am not the boss of anything. right? All right, sis. So as you go out today, think about those things. Think that, and takes the pressure off, doesn't it? I mean, perfection is really highly stressful. To think you the most, the best. No, senor. All right. So go out there and just be humble. Keep yourself, check yourself, whenever you start feeling puffed up, remember those words. Don't think too highly of yourself. Someone is better at whatever you're doing, is better at it than you. Oh, I love those words. All right. So go out there and be a good human, be a humble human, and your life is going to be that much richer. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. God loves you. I love you. Au revoir. À la prochaine. Bye.